This tutorial will cover basic Linux command line navigation. We will cover how to structure commands and some fundamental commands necessary to perform basic functions. Commands will include pwd, ls, cd, mkdir, mv, and cp. When logged in at the command line, the shell environment will provide some information to the left of the command prompt, the blinking cursor. The information is customizable, a topic for another tutorial. For now, we just need to be able to identify it and know that it is not part of the command that we need to run. First is the pwd command. This command is run by itself and does not take any input. From the shell prompt, type pwd and press enter. This will return the full absolute path to the directory you are currently working in. Basically, this is like finding out where you are on the file system of the computer. Next is the ls command. This command can take input but doesn't require it. Without input, it will show the contents of the directory you are working in. This command is like your flashlight. It allows you to see all the things in the same room as you are in. Type ls and press enter, and we see everything in the working directory. This is a super cool flashlight though, because it can allow us to see what is in other places. Type ls space downloads, and it will show everything inside of the downloads directory that exists inside of our current working directory. This is a relative path and will only work if the downloads directory is inside the working directory. Another way to do the same thing is to use a shortcut for our home directory, the tilde, like this, ls space tilde / downloads. And it will work no matter what directory you are in, because the tilde gets replaced with your home directory absolute path. The next command we will look at is cd, which allows us to change our working directory. This command is usually run with a directory name as input. It would look like this, cd space downloads, to change directory into a directory called downloads inside of our current working directory. This is another example of a relative path and will only work if there is a downloads directory inside of our current working directory. This is what happens if it isn't there or the name is misspelled. You can also use absolute paths with the cd command. Here's an example using the tilde shortcut. cd space tilde / downloads. The next command, mkdir or mkdir, allows us to create directories. Run mkdir space tar files to create a directory named tar files inside of your working directory. This is another example of a relative path. Absolute paths can also be used. Running ls-l, that's a space in between, ls space -l, will allow us to verify that the directory was created. The -l portion is an option for long listing and will allow us to see the directory designation. The mv or move command will allow us to move files and directories. It can be used to move to another location or simply as a way of renaming in the same location. Here I'll move files into the tar files directory I just created. The command is mv space and then mysql-5.6.16.tar.gz is the name of the file I'm moving, space, and then tar files is where it's going to. And then lastly, we will run ls on the tar files directory to verify that it got moved to where we intended it to go. The cp or copy command allows us to copy files, making a duplicate copy in another location or under another file name in the same location. Run cp space -r, I'll explain that later, space filezilla.app space tar files to copy the filezilla.app file to the tar files directory. Note that the -r option was needed because the item being copied is actually a directory, not just a file. Then run ls on the tar files directory to verify the copy.